You're gonna look back at this and be like, what were we doing?
Oh, I always question that every time I look back to a video. Like, there's so many things I had to cut out. I'm like, oh, I don't remember that. Like, there's, like the end of one of the Pokemon Heart Gold videos, the Nuzlocke, when you and James were touching each other. I'm like, oh, there's no way this cannot go on YouTube. I had to cut most of it out.
Yeah.
As funny as it was, like...
Were you trying to click on the continue button over?
Yeah. Click, 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 click,
Why is
click,
nothing
click,
happening?
click, 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 click. Alright. Welcome back, everybody, to Higurashi no Nakakoro ni When They Cry. So we're on chapter 8 now. Sleepy. That's mine. Wow, that was a really big yawn, Keiichi-kun. I'm usually awake once it's time to eat, but it doesn't look like I can't do it today. I was watching TV until late last night. I'm so tired right now. Was one of those raunchy TV shows you loved so much on last night? Extremely vile. Don't jump to conclusions. It's perfectly normal for boys. Nothing to be ashamed about. Rika not patting my head only made me feel worse. Could you just let me pass out this lunch break? No, seriously. My, you think I would just sit here and allow that? I'll get really angry if you disturb me. Really angry.
Oh, he's gonna fall asleep and dream about the...
This was just dreadful. Just so sleepy. I slumped my head onto the desk and drifted off into an afternoon nap. It seemed that Satoko had responded, but I pretended not to hear. Cut it out, Satoko-chan. Oh. Cut it out, Satoko-chan, Keiichi-kun fell asleep. His sleeping face is so cute! Yes, I called it. It was freaking Reina. You can take him home later. Let him be for now. Let's move over there. It'd be rude to Keiji if we bothered him now. Oh, that's Rika. Rika-chan is really is a good girl. Let's not wake him up if the teacher comes back. I take that back. The excuse that I didn't sleep much last night was because I was watching TV was a lie. I was in bed at the usual time, but because of the conversation with Oishi-san that afternoon, I didn't get much sleep. To spend the day like this, it's almost as if the incident with Tomitake-san didn't happen at all. It made me think, was Oishi-san just trying to deceive me? But it was probably the truth. One thing was certain, I couldn't speak to anyone about it. He wanted my assistance, but I really didn't know anything about it. If I knew I wasn't going to be of any help, I probably wouldn't have listened in the first place. And ended up with me, again, regretting learning something I didn't need to know. If I had never learned about it, I would, without a doubt, be goofing off with the rest of them right now. I couldn't help but resent Oishi-san for this. Huh? When was that? I heard he wasn't there the next day. It appears he vanished the night of the web to Nagashi. Mia whispered to keep others from listening, but I could hear it clearly. On the other hand, Reina's voice was even harder to pick up, but I could still tell that she was quite upset. It couldn't be. Are they talking about Tomitake-san? Not sure. That's all I know. I would have to feign ignorance about this topic because I need to keep it a secret. Rather than waking up and being forced to lie to join the conversation, it was much easier just to sit here and pretend I was asleep to listen in on their discussion. Wait, why did I have to pretend to be asleep while eavesdropping on my own friends' conversations? The guilt stung. So, and me, there are others, right? Too? But they don't know it's from the curse or if this was Onikakushi. Onikakushi? Onikakushi? To be hidden away from a demon? What a mysterious phrase. I did, however, get the feeling it meant nothing good. There was another, right? Right? If it's Oriyashiro-sama's, yeah. But, this year at all? Grandma and the mayor had talked about it. Seems they talked to the police about it beforehand. They said they'd take care of whatever happens this year without causing a commotion. without us knowing it, someone had it. Then, you mean? Maybe. Next could me, I wonder. Don't worry. You got home safely. But it's not allowed, right? That was a long time ago. Let's stop talking about this. Amidst the uncomfortable mood, both of them went silent. The entirety of the conversation was still a bit unclear, but a few parts caught my attention. First of all, the term onikakushi. To be demoned away. By the context it was used in, I would guess it's similar to being spirited away. I suspected that was what it meant to be Tamataki-san and that woman. It really bugged me that I didn't know her name. Vanished after the Watsunagashi. The next thing that stuck out was when Reina said, "There's another one, right?" Mion also said, "If it's Oyashiro-sama, yeah," responding to something. If it's Oyashiro-sama's curse, then there had to be 2 victims. Is that what she meant? Come to think of it, I remember Mion saying at the beginning that they didn't know if it was from the curse or if it was a case of onikakushi. Seems that the curse and being demoned away are different things, and they were phenomena that were paired together. I recalled Tamataki-san's terrible end. That wasn't something as elegant as disappearing. God damn it. You mind silencing that for me? Oh wow, I'm now getting your text that you're on your way! Wow, the service here is terrible. That's pretty amazing.
Why isn't it going down? There we go.
No, just switch it to vibrate.
Oh.
There's a vibrate switch.
I didn't know
From
that.
silent to vibrate. Alright. The horrendous end would be best described as cursed. Then the woman with them, it means she vanished because she was demoned away? What I do know is that there's normally an even number of victims of the curse proper. And the last point that bothered me was Reina. Reina was frightened. For what reason, I didn't know. However, she knew that something had made her a potential target for Oyashiro-sama's curse. If I recall correctly, Oyashiro-sama should be the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. Isn't a guardian deity supposed to defend the citizens and drive out invaders? If I recall correctly, yesterday, Oishi-san said that originally the targets were enemies of the village, but recently there was no longer any distinction between them or regular outsiders. But if that was the case, then I would think that I'd be more likely the target, having moved here more recently than Reina. From her composure, I can infer that she was grimly certain that she would be next. I should probably relay what I just heard now to Oishi-san, informing the police of what I heard by eavesdropping on my friends, or pretending to be asleep. It made me feel terrible. It raised a few questions and left me with a bad taste in my mouth. Would it be better not to seek the answers to those questions? As I continued to learn more and more, I felt like I had fallen past the point of no return. I would definitely regret this one day. I would definitely regret ever having learned of these events. The teacher approaches! Keiji-san! Must awaken! In the distance I could hear the ringing of the handbell signaling at the start of afternoon classes. Yeah, I couldn't sleep at all. I hastily opened my eyes and raised my head up. It was in that moment when I leaned against the back of my seat. Oh! There was a thumbtack stuck in the back of the chair with tape. Circumstantial evidence was enough. Satoko! Guilty without trial! Capital punishment! I furiously jumped from my seat. And I tripped as before I was tangled up. My shoelaces had been tied together. Not bad, Satoko! While I was sleeping, you were able to conceal your presence and able to pull off this fine piece of work. Teach came in right as I was about to pull off my shoes and tackle Satoko. Oh, did you not notice that our teacher has arrived, Keiji-san? Take your seat. Clump, clump, wish, poof. Not caring one bit, I made her eat a flick to the forehead. What? Keiji-san is being mean. Hey, don't pick on the younger kids, Marabara-kun. Apologize to her. I saw Satoko stick her tongue at me, that little brat. Come on, Marabara-kun. Yeah, I'll apologize. Sorry, Satoko-san. In any case, I apologize, even if it was in a completely insincere tone of voice. Damn her. I'll remember this. Kei-chan, get your revenge at the club meeting. Take your seat. I sat down after Mion told me to. She'd switched to class representative mode. Go meal. So what are we gonna do today? What game is it today? Or is it about the time for games? With the boring classes finished, school was finally over for the day. Now then, what should we do for our club today? Personally, I would like to play that deduction game one more time. I was hardly able to play it last time because of Oishi-san. Rena and I weren't even able to test out our strategy. That's right! Today, Keiichi-kun and I will be victorious! What should we do? We never played the same game 2 days in a row before. Why not try asking me? Mion looked over her shoulder as we made eye contact. She slowly tapped her palm with her fist as her face suddenly lit up. Oops! I completely forgot. I need to go help my uncle today. Sorry guys, not today. Helping your uncle? Aren't you a little goody two-shoes? Sorry, really. I really did forget. Well then, sorry guys. This old man is heading back home now. Mion left us with that and rushed off to the exit after snatching up her bag. You see, Mi-chan, she sometimes goes to help out her uncle's shop in town. Ah, I thought she wasn't the type to get caught up in such bothersome stuff. She says she gets paid for it. It's quite a bit of spending money from what I hear. I see. She was able to pay for that mountain of games with what she saved up from there. With that, wouldn't you call that a part-time job? Isn't that against school policy? There's a clause that states family businesses are excluded. Is that what she's calling it? So what now? Pass on the club today? So, we're done today, I guess. Wouldn't it be fine without the club president? Let's do this! I opened the club locker and began searching for the deduction game from that ever-growing pile of games. Ah, here it is. The deduction game from yesterday. Man, I had to stop just as I was getting the hang of it. At the very least, I wanted to repay Satoko for what she did during the afternoon break. I do not mind, but is that fine for Reina-san and Rika? If Keiichi-kun wants to so badly, I wouldn't mind playing for a bit. I think it's better if we do it when we have everyone together. When she says it like that, I wanted to go shopping if there wasn't a club meeting today. Going to buy soy sauce and other things. Oh, that's right! I completely forgot! Well, I guess since it's been a while, I should go treasure hunting. What's this now? Everyone was no longer in the mood for club activities. If I kept on trying to push the matter, it may make them realize I had a trick up my sleeve. Ah well, I'll give up this time. Man, I was really looking forward to playing it. I shuffled through the cards as if I was still caught up on it. At the next opportunity, I should give you a sound thrashing. The murderer is Satoko. The murder weapon is the pistol. It was you after all. What did you say? I'll just... Satoko looked through the cards on the desk and stuck out 3 of them at me. The murderer is Keiichi, in the lounge with the rope. I don't need no rope. I'll just strangle you like this! No! Keiichi-san is such a beast! Pew. Well, I guess it's good that I got it out of my system. I'll remember this, Keiichi-san. She was used as a plaything for quite a while. How unfortunate. Cute, cute!
So no club activities today.
No, this is the first. Everyone got ready to go back home. I also helped gather scattered cards. I suddenly paused. They were just the suspect cards, but I noticed something strange. Reina, Satoko, Rika, Keiichi, Mion. Satoshi? Satoshi? Not all the cards were made by us. Or at least, every card besides this one has the name of a club member. Does this mean that this Satoshi fellow is a member? Was there someone in the class named Satoshi? I couldn't find anyone named Satoshi on the class roster stuck up on the wall. Keiichi-kun, let's hurry and finish up cleaning! Being rushed by Reina, I finished up quickly. Satoko and Rika-chan had already headed merrily for the lockers, so we were the only ones left in the classroom. Right now, Reina had already gotten her bag and was ready to leave. Reina, there must be quite a few people who transferred from the school, right? I tried asking Reina in a bit of a roundabout way. Reina made a troubled face and then answered, "Yeah, Kanabe's always a rural town, right? Some people transfer out every now and then." Then is Satoshi another one of those transferees? Sorry, I don't really know. There was a bit of a pause, but the answer was pretty much immediate. I'm not saying it to be mean. Just last year, I transferred in, so maybe I just missed him. So I didn't hear much about him. Sorry. She's hiding something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Sorry. Her answer was a lot like when she refused to tell me about the murder at the dam. I was saddened by her denial and felt a little bit of anger. I'm their friend, aren't I? Friends don't keep secrets from their friends, do they? Though I do appreciate that they kept that unsettling curse thing from me. But if everyone is worried about it, I'd rather be worried with them. That's what it means to be friends, right? For a moment, I just wondered what kind of face I was making just then, with these mixed feelings of sadness and annoyance. Kiichi-kun, you're making a scary face. Why is it? Why? It was probably exactly the kind of face Reina said it was. It appeared my grim expression had frightened her. Sorry. I was really looking forward to the club today, just feeling down about it. I rustled Reina's hair. Let's go home. Dragging that awkward mood with us, we headed home. Another added mystery. Who is Satoshi? Quick water break. I wonder why. Why have I been getting this dumb feeling today? Or lately? I didn't know anything. I had nothing to worry about. I was just enjoying my everyday life. My long, outstretched shadow gave no answer to my naive inquiry. Kiichi-kun, are you tired maybe? Reina timidly questioned the reason behind my mood. I'm sure my expression made the situation even more unsettling. You think so? Yeah. You seem to have been a little out of it ever since this morning. Maybe a cold? Physically, I was pretty sure I was in perfect health. It may not seem like it, but I had perfect attendance since elementary school. Reina continued on, since I didn't give her an answer. It could be that the fatigue from moving has finally caught up to you. It's completely different from where you used to live, after all. Of course you've gotten tired since there's so much you need to get used to and remember. Maybe that's it. Yeah, it has to be. Reina was also like that at first, too. I can tell, you know? I wondered if Reina also experienced this slight bit of alienation last year that I was feeling right now. Thinking so, I felt that she was the only one who could understand how I felt. I'd like to hear about when you first came to Hanamizawa. How was it? Feeling I had been drawn into the conversation, her face suddenly brightened. It was the same as Kiichi-kun. I didn't know the villagers' names at all. Michan and the rest were all very kind, so I wasn't lonely, but I did still feel out of place. Reina told me all the details when she had moved here. All of her first acquaintances and surprises, worries, and good times. So, Satoko got you too. Yeah. There was a thumbtack put on my chair. Poke. Then with that, that really takes me back. When were you invited into the club? The first day? Nah. It wasn't a club at the beginning. It was formed part way through. One day she said that we should stay after school and hold a big game tournament. Come to think of it, Mion did say she was the first club president. Now I get it. This is a secret, but Michan used to really be bad at the beginning. She'd never win. Huh? Mio? Really? I can't even imagine that. She had to do most of the penalties that she came up with. Seriously, don't tell. I can't believe Mion was like that. So she gradually transformed into a monster who used any means necessary to win during that time? Mion is at her best when she's fighting dirty. I began making more friends besides Michan after that, but yeah. Might have only been since you moved here. That it finally felt like I'd gotten used to it here. I guess Reina had also felt left in the dark about Oyashiro-sama when she had just moved here. I guess when they finally told me about Oyashiro-sama, I'd be considered one of them. I wonder when I'll finally considered one of them. Huh? Did you say something? No, sorry. Just talking to myself. Geichi-kun, you're silly. Reina was poking fun and laughing at me, and I couldn't help but laugh as well. But I suddenly stopped. Then, after making up my mind, I spoke. Hey, Reina. Is there something that everybody is keeping from me? Huh? No, not at all. You're lying, aren't you? Reina suddenly stopped. Her expression was cold and intense. What do you mean by that? Geichi-kun? Her tone was still the same cheery and lighthearted one as before. You are, aren't you? Keeping something from me. After understanding what I meant, her expression grew even more intense. Seeing that face, I regretted saying something so rash. But she came back at me in a way I didn't expect. Well then, Geichi-kun. Oh, I got chills.
Yeah, that look.
Aren't you keeping something from us? Huh? Her tone didn't change, but it was the first time I'd seen this expression from Reina. With her gaze pierced through me, I couldn't believe this was the same Reina. Aren't you? Lies or secrets? Aren't you? You are. Secrets. She didn't actually say that part, but she looked as if she did. The incident with Tomitake-san, now I felt alienated from the group. Even without having to think about it, there were things that I felt guilty about. But I didn't tell everyone about what happened with Tomitake-san to be considerate. I was keeping it a secret, just the same way they didn't tell me about Oyashiro-sama. Then, aren't we even? No, I'm not.
No.
Oh, no, I'm not. No lies. Nor secrets. Liar. Her answer was an instant and it shook me. Reina stared as if burrowing through me, watching me, like a hawk. Why would you say I'm lying? Didn't you say that you were called into the teacher's room yesterday during the club meeting, Geichi-kun? I know. You didn't go to the teacher's room. I swallowed hard. It clearly wasn't a bluff. She knew what happened. The teacher said you had a guest, didn't she? But you didn't talk at the entrance. You talked inside of a car near the school gate. With some man we don't know. Reina knew everything. She knew that I was called out by Oishi-san, that I heard about the incident with Tomitake-san as well. Did she know all of it? Exactly who was that man? I don't know him. Why did someone you don't know have business with you? I want to know that myself. Then what did you talk about? It has nothing to do with you guys. It was a lie. Lies! Reina's scream echoed through the trees, sending frightened birds into the air. I couldn't exhale the deep breath I had just taken. No. It was like I wasn't allowed to exhale. It was here I first realized. The person in front of me, she wasn't Reina Ryugu. Then, who was it standing before me now? Who had assumed Reina Ryugu's appearance? I held my breath for so long I could feel myself suffocating. Right? And then she made a facial expression that Reina would normally might have made. It didn't matter that she was Reina's usual smile. It chilled me to the bone. She drew closer to me. I felt her breath against my face. It wasn't the least bit exciting. Whoever this was with Reina's face was going to chew my nose right off. I cowered as I imagined that. Then she smirked as if she was able to see right through me. We also have secrets. Just like how Keiji-kun has secrets. It was Reina's usual smile, but her eyes were still like that of a hawk's. Bringing her face close enough to mine to almost bump into my nose, she kindly persuaded me. Couldn't nod or shake my head. This person standing in front of me, this person who looked like Reina, frightened me to my core. I was terrified, knowing that she could hear the sound of me swallowing nervously. After what felt like an eternity, after a long empty silence, she finally spoke. Let's go! It's getting chilly! It was Reina again. Smiling at me once more, she started walking as if nothing at all had happened. When I was released from her gaze, my legs gave out from under me and I slumped onto the ground. I wasn't able to lift a finger until Reina was out of sight. Who was that? I felt cold. My body was drenched in sweat. I was finally able to form a coherent thought, and I asked myself once again, who was that person who looked like Reina Ryugu? Holy fucking shit, that gave me goosebumps.
Dude, whenever her face, like, changed, I was like, ah.
It's like, oh, no. Please, no. Please, normal Reina. Normal Reina. Is that the end of the chapter, or just new scene?
I have a feeling it's a new scene. Yep.
Yeah. I was out of it. I couldn't bring myself to do anything until dinner except stare blankly into space. Was I terrified from Reina going off on me? No, that's not right. That was someone else who only looked like Reina. Then, who could it have been? It was a dreadful feeling, knowing that someone else, not Reina. So tomorrow I shouldn't have a problem talking to Reina like I usually do. That thought was strangely comforting. I concluded that I should just calm down and clear my head. Though those thoughts continued swirling around in my mind. Finally, I returned to my senses as I heard my mother calling out to me from the bottom of the steps. Keiichi! It's a call from the bookstore! Bookstore? Can't think of why they'd be calling me. I went downstairs and picked up the receiver anyway. My apologies for calling so late at night. It's me. Oishi of the Okinomiya bookshop. Oishi-san? Oh, it's Oishi-san! Sorry. Since your parents picked up, I said I was from the bookstore. It puts people off when I say I'm a police officer. Oishi-san was, in his own way, rather courteous. Even so, I didn't want my parents hearing me talk to the police. I brought the cordless phone with me as I dashed back up to my room on the second floor. Sorry for calling so late. That phone number on the piece of paper I gave you yesterday was the old number. My apologies. Can you copy down the number I'm about to give you? Yeah. Okay. He gave me the number for his direct line as I wrote it down. I thought that was the end of it, but he began making pointless small talk, and it was pretty hard to hang up. So how's it been, Maribar-san? Did anything strange happen recently? I see. This was the real reason. He really beat around the bush there. His adult conversational skills left me slack-jawed. Are you from around here, Oishi-san? Yeah, I am. Born and raised in Okinomiya. If he's from around here, he might know. Oishi-san, do you know what this Onikakushi thing is about? I believe that's when somebody suddenly vanishes because they've been abducted by a demon. It's a special saying from around here. It has the same meaning as spirited away, like everyone else says. Whereas my friends would say they didn't know when I asked, the older man gave me a direct answer. Maybe a bit happy that he answered me directly without trying to hide anything. Hanamizawa was, not sure if I should tell you this, Maribar-san. Don't try to play this off. If you're going to talk to me, if you're not going to talk, then I'm not going to tell you anything. No. That's not what I meant. It's just, it may make you feel bad. You see, long ago, Hanamizawa was feared as a village where demons reside. Demons? By demons, you mean those pitchfork-carrying things in hell? More like human-eating monsters. They'd go down to villages, snatching people up and gobbling them down. That kind of tale. Demons snatching people is what this Onikakushi really means. They say that the curse and being demoned away happen together. Oh, they say that the curse and being demoned away happen together. What does that mean? I already knew about the mysterious deaths happening 5 years in a row. But I didn't know that there was people disappearing for those same 5 years. The curse and being demoned away happen together? Oh, happen together? First time I've heard of that. Is that how it is, Maribar-san? That's what I want to know. I heard Reina and Mion talking. That they said if it was really Oishiro-sama's curse, then both the curse and demoning away would happen. Oishi-san began hemming and hawing on the other end of the receiver. Maybe something about that came to mind. Maribar-san. Do you know the first incident? The murder by dismemberment. Yeah. One of the 6 perpetrators is still on the run, right? Hypothetically. What if he isn't on the run, but was demoned away? Huh? It was an outrageous hypothesis for Moishi-san. The incident 4 years ago was the particularly ghastly one. The police already knew the perpetrators, so they posted tons of wanted posters with his face on them. They staked out various locations and investigated every possible escape route he had, but after 4 years there wasn't even a hint of where he might be. Unless the police were completely incompetent. Even if it was an outrageous hypothesis, I couldn't simply laugh it off. Then what about the incident the next year? When the man who supported the project and his wife both died in an accident? Well, actually, it was only the husband who died in an accident. His wife's body never surfaced. Unless we find the body, then it's considered to be missing person by law. At the time of the incident, with the river below the cliff being muddy rapids, the police divers had searched every branch off the main stream of the river for dozens of miles, but in the end, they weren't able to find her body. But that's just them not being able to find the body. She's still dead, right? Isn't it different from her being demoned away? We cannot say someone is dead without their body. Until a certain number of years pass, by law she's still treated as alive. I'm not sure if it was right to call that being demoned away. The wife is missing. At least that part was reality. How about the 3rd year? The Shinto priest died of illness, and his wife committed suicide. Marbar-san. That's actually the exact same scenario. The wife had supposedly thrown herself into the bottomless marsh deep in the forest around Namizawa, meaning it's all circumstantial evidence. They simply found her suicide note in front of the marsh. The diver was able to recover a few remnants, but they weren't able to find a body. The investigative headquarters believe that she faked her death and was still alive somewhere. I'm not sure if we could call these cases being demoned away. It's just as you said, every year one person does go missing. The incidents this year, the woman with Tamataki-san has gone missing. Then what about the incident with the housewife beaten to death? Who went missing? I believe the perpetrator was caught, right? Yeah, we arrested him. He was just a miscreant with a record of narcotics abuse. He admitted to the crime while being questioned about a different incident. But, well, you see, after he was arrested, a child from the victim's home went missing. It's still under investigation as to whether the disappearance had anything to do with the crime. But you said you caught him, right? Did he have an accomplice? No idea. It's considered a separate case. Moreover, we can't even check now, because while under investigation, that man, he died in his holding cell. He swallowed a spork and choked to death. It's not known whether it was an accident or suicide. Meaning, for the last 5 years, there's always one person who dies and one who goes missing. That's about right. Nope, actually I'm surprised as well. I've never realized they had that in common. I couldn't believe that this could help lead to the closing of those incidents. It was just something that they had in common. Could it be that those demoned away have something in common? Oishi-san mumbled as he seemed to be thinking about it. So I summarized the events. The first year was the dam employee. Second year was the wife of the dam project supporter. Third year was the wife of the Shinto priest. Fourth year was the victim's family child, and fifth was the victim's girlfriend, I guess. Doesn't seem like there's anything that connects them. With the exception of the first year, wives and girlfriends, those do stand out. It does seem like there are a lot, and that means the fourth year's victim's child was different. It would have really stood out if they were all married couples, except it's just not married couples, but parents and children as well. Come to think of it, I believe Tomitaki-san also told me the younger brother is alive and has moved, if I recall correctly. The child that went missing in the fourth year, who were they? Apparently, he was quite mature. 1 year older than you. His name was Satoshi Hojo-san. Huh? Satoshi? I remembered that name. They didn't tell me that Satoshi transferred out last year. He was at your school up until last year. Didn't they tell you anything about him? Come Come to think of it, when I transferred in, I believe they said my seat belonged to a recent transfer student. Then, where I sat, once belonged to the one who was demoned away. It was his seat? I recall the cold sensation that came from that desk. It made my hair stand on end. A string of mysterious deaths, no, Oyashiro-sama's curse. I now knew how it connected to me. A chilling sensation. It was the feeling of Oyashiro-sama caressing the back of my neck. Oyashiro-sama's curse, huh? Could Oyashiro-sama's curse really exist? In all honesty, I was beginning to believe it. I was scared. That was why I wanted to say it was a plot crafted by man, not the work of a curse. But the more I dug into it, the less likely that seemed. No, the more I dug, the more mysterious it became. I kept digging eventually. I reached the point where I learned something I really shouldn't know. To either be none the wiser or to seek an answer I may regret. Which one would I be happier with? Maybe it'll be me next time. My execution can only be delayed for 1 year. That was when I remembered. Reina. Reina said she may be the next victim of the curse. You mean Reina Ryugu-san? She transferred in last year and she's your classmate, isn't she? These incidents really might be a bit too disturbing for a girl. She's not just scared, is she? It wasn't that. She said it might be her next. She said it in a way that made me think she had a concrete reason behind it. It felt like she was convinced. Almost as if, you could say, she was frightened. Her sudden change in demeanor. That someone who looked like Reina but wasn't Reina? That might be unrelated. All the strange things that I felt from Reina today came back to me. I see. Then I'll be doing a bit of investigating on this end. Please continue your observations of Ryugu-san, Maribara-san. Are you asking me to keep Reina under surveillance? That's not what I mean, Maribara-san. I want you to watch out for your friend so she doesn't end up the next victim. At that moment, just as my mouth was agape because I was so impressed with his mature, clever way with his words. Knock, knock. A sudden knock at the door sent my heart racing. In an instant, I had pointlessly covered up the end of the receiver. Keiichi, get the door, please! On the other side of the door, I heard my father's oddly upbeat voice. What could it be? It's so late. Sorry, my dad just came in. Can we leave it at this for tonight? Yeah. My apologies again for calling so late. If you find out anything else, please let me know. I'll tell you if I make any progress on this end. Well then, have a pleasant evening. Keiichi-kun, hurry up and open... Daddy's got his hands full! What's Dad doing? I had stayed in the same position while on the phone the whole time, so my joints were aching. When I opened the door, I saw my father was standing there with a tray. On that tray, cookies and 2 cups of black tea. A fairly fancy spread for our household. There was even sugar and lemon slices on the side. Everything you could ask for. It was quite the show of hospitality. Well, what's going on, Dad? What's all this for? Come now, don't play around, Keiichi. I'm coming in. Dad was in high spirits and had a smirk on his face. But for my entire life, I've never seen him act this hospitable. What had gotten into him? So what were you talking about? I jumped. It's not something I had to keep from my father. But how could I explain to him I was talking to a detective, I'm assuming it was, this late at night? Nothing much. Just a friend. I don't mean the phone. She was here, wasn't she? Reina-chan.
What?
She wasn't here. Come now, don't try to keep it from me. She just came over to play. You two were chatting away, so I thought I'd bring some tea, but it looks like I just missed her. I had no idea what Dad was talking about.
What is going on?
But a cold sweat dripped down my back. How long were we talking? Reina-chan went upstairs about half after, so it was close to an hour, I guess. You saw her? Come up to the second floor? Yeah, I did. I also told her that your... Yeah, I did. I also told her that your room was on the door down the hall upstairs. Reina came to my house about an hour ago. Dad met her at the door and called out to me on the second floor. Probably didn't hear him because I was so focused on my conversation with Oishi-san. I didn't reply, but I knew I was in my room, so he had her come inside. Then told her my room was on the second floor. She thanked my dad and went upstairs. Then about an hour passed. She passed by my dad as she was bringing up tea and left. She came upstairs about an hour, and about an hour passed. Then passed by my dad and returned home. And after she came upstairs until she left, where was Raina? Only a short hallway between my room and the stairs, meaning Raina had, for about an hour, in the hall. No, she couldn't have been standing in front of my door all that time. The door to my room wasn't particularly thick. I could easily hear everything being said inside. All of the ominous things and all the nonsense I spoke to Oishi-san about began rushing through my head. Honey, don't tease him. More importantly, you need to clean up your studio. It's a mess again. Mom yelled up at Dad from downstairs. Dad left the tray with me and went downstairs with a disappointed chortle. I followed my dad out of the room with my eyes. I looked down at the floor around the doorway where Raina might have stood all that time. Just now, as I was talking to Oishi-san with my back turned, Raina was standing a mere 6 feet away? The whole time? All that time in this dimly lit doorway. What did she see? What did she hear? For what reason? As the steam from 2 teacups ominously wafted and twisted, the aroma of black tea filled my room.
Oh my god.
Okay, so many levels of creeped out. Oh boy,
Definitely
boy, boy.
things have flipped since the,
Since the festival,
yeah.
things have gotten really dark. Ugh.
New tips.
Notice from the police chief.
Mm-hmm.
What's the new tip? Oh, I hate that face. I hate that face.
Lies. Lies.
I really hate that face.
I do too.
Y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see the achievements that pop up for me, but it's Rihanna's, like, lies face.
That face.
Freaking creeped me out. July 1st, 1982. To Departments 1 through 12. XX Prefectural Police Headquarters. Director General XXX. To the Chief Constable and all facility managers. Regarding cases situated in the Namizawa village, notice. As cases in Shishibone City and Namizawa village has been reported by certain sections of the mass media, it has drawn global attention which is causing serious repercussions for the local residents. This has become a very serious situation. To protect the livelihood and prosperity of the issue's residents, the following notice has been issued. 1. Designate the following criminal investigations as classified. Okinomiya Station 1982 case number X. Namizawa Village housewife murder, dated June XX. Okinomiya Station 1982 case number X. Namizawa Village student disappearance, dated June XX. Number 2. Non-disclosure of information. Okinomiya Station 1979 case number X. Namizawa Village site foreman murder, date June XX. Shiro Station 1980 case number X. Shiro Natural Park following incident, date dated June XX. Okinomiya Station 1981 case number X. Namizawa Village Shinto priest's wife disappearance, dated June XX. Number 3. Requesting self-restraint from each organization concerning the release of sensitive information. Please see attached reference materials 1, 2, and 3. Management XX Prefecture Police Headquarters. Internal line XXXX. Police Affairs Department XXXX.
I think that's it.
And that's it too. Holy shit. Okay, things have turned. The creep factor has gone through the roof.
I was not expecting Raina to just...
Raina just creeped out on us. First was the whole, like...
You're telling lies.
And then lies!
And then...
I had chills from the first layer of, like, creep, and the second layer was just, like, chills and chills.
Whenever she, like, her expression changed,
was
my
just-
whole body just,
Yeah. Yeah, and the fact that she was standing there listening to Keiichi and Oishi-san's conversation the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole damn conversation. So she knows that we know. She knows we're lying to her. She knows we're keeping secrets from her.
Well,
This could be bad.
At least Keiichi knows that she knows now.
Yeah.
And he won't try and lie again.
Now they're all like, they're gonna be all suspecting each other. It's like, shit's hitting the fan, man. Well, not hit the fan, but the fan's on. No one's shit yet. And shit, I mean gory, like, guts. The guts have not hit the fan yet.
Alright, guys.
Alright, we'll see you guys in the next video for more creep.
For more chills.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.